Hiya, sexy whiskers, and welcome back into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This video is going to contain a ton of information, so grab a jammy dodger and subscribe while you're here. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're going to be talking about the biggest patch that will ever come to Kingdom Come Deliverance in mid-March. We're also going to be talking about Hardcore mode, which is coming in April, and I have a list of all the different negative perks, so we'll go through those, as well as the new Barber system, and I have the list of every single hairstyle and beard style, very fancy, as well as some other tidbits. So without further ado, let's begin. So this all comes from a Warhorse Studios stream a couple of days ago, and they divulged a ton of information. So let's get the small things out of the way with first. One of the biggest questions that we currently have is why can we not enter any of the churches or cathedrals in the game? We finally have an answer. So basically, Warhorse Studios were like, no, we're not going to put time into this because you don't go inside any of these locations during the main quests of the game. So they'd rather spend time building up the game for release. That's basically it. So no, unfortunately, we do not have interiors for these locations, but we are going to be able to enter a massive monastery in the last DLC, which is Mysteria Ecclesia. It's unclear right now if they're going to open up the other places in the game. I hope so, because we've got that massive one inside Gutenberg, and I also want to see what they do with St. Barber's Cathedral. But as of right now, that answers that question. Disabling the HUD is on its way. Finally, we're going to be able to disable the HUD. I don't know when this is going to be, unfortunately. They haven't really given any specific time frame on this, but they have been talking about it and they are working on it. As well as that, they are working on the photo mode, which we've talked about before. I love the photo mode, but it is missing some key features like depth of field, FOV, slow panning. Like, there's so many extra things they could add to this. Filters. So that is being worked on, and they are currently listening to the community, which is amazing, as Warhorse always is. And while not a small thing, we did have a quick update on the modding tools, and that is going to be the first thing that will be happening around mid-March. Now, I did hear quite a few people say this was going to be the 11th or 12th of March, but we will be getting the modding tools as well as the Steam Workshop, which is incredible. I can't wait for that. And yeah, it's very exciting. So we do have that coming then, and I will be covering that, and I'll also be covering different mods that come to the game. Right, let's dive in to the second biggest thing, because this is hardcore mode. This is going to be bringing back the fantastic hardcore mode from KCD 1. Now, personally, I didn't really get on with hardcore mode because I suck at video games, but I know a lot of you did and always said that that was the best way to play KCD 1, and it looks like they've brought back all of the features from KCD 1 but have added in a ton more. So let's go through a bit of information here. You cannot see yourself on the map, which is the same as KCD 1, but now you can ask NPCs for directions. And what it seems to do, it will open up the map and show you where you are on the map at that exact moment. But if you close the map, you'll have no idea where you are. You will not be able to see attack directions or perfect blocks. You'll just have to gauge by looking at the enemies to see when to do that. But we did get a list of the perks, and I'll read those out now. So we have Bad Back, which basically means you can pull your back when herpicking, which is crazy. Heavy-footed means you're louder, and also your shoes break quicker. Numbskull, you're an idiot, and your experience goes up way slower. Somnambulant is the sleep one, so you can end up waking up in random locations, including secret locations. Yes, they've brought that back. So this does actually have a little benefit to it. Hangry Henry. This means you're hungry a lot more. And he gets very angry. Very, very annoyed. Sweaty. That basically means that Henry's going to get sweaty really easily, and enemies will be able to smell you quicker, which is terrifying. Picky Eater. This is going to bring debuffs to food, but also anything that you hunt, you will take less food from it because Henry is more picky. Bashful. You have trouble talking to strangers, so you prefer to avoid doing so. And this is going to affect bathhouses. You may not be able to get certain options in the bathhouse, if you know what I mean, playing tennis. And this will also affect other stuff like different services and gambling. Punchable face. Punchable face is where NPCs, including traveling NPCs, won't like Henry's face and will try and fight you. That kind of sounds amazing. Also, enemies will not run. So they will always want to fight you and will basically think Henry's a massive pushover. Menace. This basically means that if you get branded for a crime, the effect is permanent. What's more, guards will punish you more severely and the consequences will be more intense. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that one. And there will be an achievement for completing the game with all perks activated and also just completing the hardcore mode on its own, normally with only 3. But you do have to take 3. And that is hardcore mode. That is coming in mid-April. Let's dive into the biggest update. This is the main patch 1.2. Don't know if they've actually said if it's going to be called patch 1.2, but this is going to be the next big thing. And it is going to be, according to Warhorse, the biggest thing coming to Kingdom Come 2 ever! They've been working on this for 5 months, and they're only putting it in the game now because they didn't want to release it earlier and possibly break anything when the game released. Now, they only mentioned a few of the small fixes, but when you see how many things they've added and fixed, yeah, it's understandable why they haven't told us a lot. There are going to be more than 1,000 fixes. Yeah, that patch notes video is going to kill me. It's going to contain stuff like improved halberds, because I honestly find they break way too easily, rebalanced stealth items, that bloody notification when you're riding a horse that keeps popping up being like, you don't need to hold the left stick. Really bloody annoying. That's going, thank God. A static sound issue on PS5. I noticed this on my PS5 copy, where if you're playing with headphones, there's a kind of a staticky sound, and a ton more. We are going to be seeing this mid-March, okay, after the modding tools are released. And yeah, I don't even know. I don't know if there's going to be new stuff added in the world, possibly. But this also comes with the free LC, as Toby called it. This is going to be coming with the Barber update. And there's going to be a Barber on each map. You're going to have the Barber from Zelishov Inn on the Trotsky map. I don't know about who's going to be the Kuttenberg one, but it's going to cost 50 groschen each time, and it's going to give you the option to make your hair different and make your facial hair different as well. We actually have a list. A neat thing about this is if you do this, you will get a +2 charisma boost, I think for a couple of days after you have this done. So, for hair we have classic, this is going to be KCD1 hair, scallops, tight trim, ordinary bloke, father figure, English knight, Polish undercut, which a lot of people used, dandy, Lord Zagloba, Eastern influence is another very popular one from KCD1, unkempt elegance, knight errant, luscious locks, minstrel, which I really like the look of. That's probably my favourite, alongside young noble. These are quite long hairstyles for Henry. I really like him with long hair, so that is amazing. So we've got some returning ones from KCD1, but we've also got some new ones in here as well. There's a bigger selection, but that's not it, because we also have different facial styles. We have clean shave, first fuzz, stubble, which looks quite good, dapper, mustache, adventurer, goatee, horseshoe, Van Dyke, connoisseur, yeoman, scholar, burger, well kept and noble. There's a massive selection here. So yeah, these are really interesting, and I can't wait to make my Henry have long hair and maybe some stubble. I think he looked quite good like that. But that is the Barber system, and that will be coming in the first patch 1.2 update. But yeah, this is all happening within the next 2 weeks, so get ready for this. They did say that the FPS was also going to be something that's going to be even more improved, even though I think KCD2 is incredibly well optimized as it is. But this is really bloody exciting, and yeah, I love this. I want to hear what you guys think. If you have any favorites from the different hairstyles you saw or the different facial styles, tell me, comment down below. But we'll be diving into all of these obviously when they're released, as well as the modding tools. I'm very excited to see what we can do with that, and also what mods get released on the Steam Workshop. But I love each and every single one of you. But I'm going to go prepare myself for that, because that's going to be a lot of content, so get ready for that. But I love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching, but until next time, that's me out. Bye, guys.